Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Livingston versus Livingston, Doerschlag.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Livingston, you've petitioned this court for a DNA test on your 21-month-old daughter, Jordan, to prove to your now ex-husband, Mr. Livingston, that he is not Jordan's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Livingston, you claim that the only reason your ex-wife is denying you are the father is because she desperately wants to have a relationship with her ex-boyfriend, Mr. Doerschlag, the man your ex-wife claims to be Jordan's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you're here today to prove that you are indeed Jordan's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So Mr. Doerschlag is waiting in the hallway, and we will hear from him shortly. So, Ms. Livingston, why are you so adamant that Mr. Livingston is not your daughter's biological father?
Around the time of conception, I had sex with another man.
You did?
Yes, Your Honor.
But did you also have sex with Mr. Livingston?
Yes, Your Honor.
So why is it you believe that the other man is your child's father and not Mr. Livingston?
My daughter, when she was born, she looked a lot like Mr. Livingston. She had dark hair and, she had some of his facial features, but as she got older, she got blonde hair. Neither Mr. Livingston nor I have blonde hair, but Mr. Doerschlag does. She started to look a lot like Mr. Doerschlag.
And so, Mr. Livingston, you say today that this is your biological child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why are you so sure?
Because I was there through all of it. I was there through the doctor's appointments. I was there through the birth. Everything about that kid looks like me.
So take me back. When you found out you were pregnant, who did you tell, Ms. Livingston?
I told Mr. Livingston because we were seeing each other. We had just gotten engaged right before I found out I was pregnant. Like 2 weeks before I found out I was pregnant, we had gotten engaged. He proposed to me with my class graduation ring. And then I had a dream that I was pregnant. And I told my mom, I'm like, I think I'm pregnant. She's like, Jay, you're probably not pregnant. Stress can cause, symptoms.
And so ultimately you did find out you were
The
pregnant.
next day I found out I was expecting. I went to the health department that morning. I was like, I want to go to the health department. I want to find out for sure. And we found out we were 4.5 weeks pregnant. I looked at the pregnancy test when she told me it was positive, and I was like, I knew it.
And so was it a happy moment?
It was. I was excited. I've always wanted to be a mother, and I was excited to be a mom.
And then in that moment, did you also think about the other potential father?
No, because at the time I wasn't thinking that there was a possibility that he could be the father because it was one time.
And so, Mr. Livingston, are you on the baby's birth certificate?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are?
I've been told I was the baby's father from the very first day that we found out she was pregnant.
And you were with her throughout the pregnancy?
Yes, Your Honor.
You went to the doctor's appointment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were there when the baby was born?
Yes, Your Honor. I was out in the lobby room because I can't deal with blood. So I let her mother go in the delivery room while she was doing the C-section.
But you were there waiting?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And at this point, you didn't really have any doubt in your mind, is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
So when did the doubt begin to set in, and when were you informed about?
He knew before that there's a possibility because I was messaging Mr. Doerschlag on Facebook, and he told me that he thought that he was the father, but even if he wasn't, that I should leave Mr. Livingston and be with him. Let him be my baby daddy. And Mr. Livingston saw those messages on Facebook. Yes. And that was while I was
only
6
after
months
I
pregnant.
had to go through her phone, through her Facebook app, to find out that she was planning on leaving me for him.
So you had no idea?
No, Your Honor.
You're thinking you're in a marriage that's going well and you have a new baby?
Yes, Your Honor.
We hadn't had the baby yet, Your Honor. And no, I did not say I was going to leave Mr. Doerschlag. I said, I'm married, Jason. I married him. He is my child's father. That is what was said in the messages. I never once at that time told him that I was going to move to Tennessee with him.
There were several times throughout this whole time that she was planning on creating a relationship with him. They were talking about wanting to form a relationship.
So are you saying, Mr. Livingston, that at first, when you guys were engaged, she was okay with you being the biological father, but then she decided she wanted to be with Mr. Doerschlag, and then all of a sudden,
yes, Your Honor,
she decided you were not the biological
yes,
father.
Your Honor.
So you don't think this is about the DNA, but this is about who she wants to be with?
Yes, Your Honor. When after I got the divorce papers, she started telling me that there could be a possible opportunity that Jordan is not mine.
When you got the divorce papers?
Yes, Your Honor, I have the copy of the divorce papers right here.
Let me see that. So wait a minute. You all are married, the baby's born, and then you get a divorce right after?
No, Your Honor, that is not how it went.
Me and my sister, who's sitting right here, we were sitting on my couch. We were watching a movie at my mom and dad's house, and I hear a knock on the door. Well, it's a cop. He's coming to bring me the divorce papers. And then when he leaves, shortly after that, I get a phone call from my ex-wife over here who tells me that there is a possibility that Jordan is not mine.
So you called him and said that, Miss Livingston?
Your Honor, I told him, yes, there was a possibility that Jordan was not his. Also, Your Honor, the reason I filed for the divorce is not so that I could be with Mr. Doerschlag. It's because I got a screenshot of a text message from my family member saying that he had asked for nude photos. From a
family member?
Yeah, from my family member.
Oh.
One that I am really close to. I had previously
Is that true, Mr. Livingston?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I didn't start messaging Mr. Doerschlag about us getting back together or anything until after I filed for divorce.
That is not true. These messages have happened while she was pregnant with Jordan, before she gave birth to Jordan.
So you're saying that they were already in contact?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sending pictures and texts back and forth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Since the time we broke up till now, we have never been out of contact. We have been talking to each other this entire time. Yes, we still have feelings for each other, and we have had feelings for each other since day one. That's not gonna change, and I told Mr. Livingston that in the beginning. I said, there is one person in my life that will always be in my heart, and that is Jason Doerschlag. And there's nothing you can do to change it.
She just proved her point.
And so you think this is all about her trying to get back with Mr. Doerschlag?
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't have any doubt that this child is your biological child?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you've brought a witness. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am, and state your name.
Alicia Arbogast.
Miss Arbogast, you are Mr. Livingston's
Little sister.
Little sister. And so you are here to testify as to what exactly?
For Michael to be Jordan's father.
You believe he is, in fact, Jordan's
Your Honor.
biological father. Please explain to the court why.
Because if you look at that little girl's eyes and you look at my brother's eyes, they have the exact same shape, they have the same face. Michael has been there since she was a baby. Michael's been there through the pregnancy.
And so you've always believed this was your niece?
Yes, forever. We drove 4 hours from Fort Scott, Kansas, all the way to Great Bend, Kansas, for the birth of Jordan Livingston. We were all there for support of the birth of Jordan.
And I honestly did think Jordan was Michael's at the time, but as she's gotten older and her hair is light, and she does have some features of Jason.
Your Honor, every child is born with every DNA color in their body. Their hair can be any color it wants, no matter the parents. She looks just like Michael.
Why do you think that Ms. Livingston is saying unequivocally, Mr. Livingston is not my child's father?
I think because she adamantly wants a relationship with Mr. Doerschlag, and she wants nothing to do with my brother, and she doesn't want him to be around.
Jerome, I think it's time we hear from Mr. Doerschlag. Okay. Will you escort him in, please?
Sure.
Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
You understand that we are here discussing the paternity as it relates to baby Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe you are this child's biological father?
Your Honor, in a way, I do believe it because of the eye color and the hair color of the kid. I have sat down and looked at my previous baby pictures and baby pictures of Jordan, and I have came to the conclusion that because of the hair color and the eye color, we do look similar.
That's exactly how I feel. I want Mr. Doerschlag to be the father. I do, but
wanting and then coming to paternity court to prove that he's the biological father, that's two different things.
I came to paternity court to find out who my daughter's biological father is because she has a right to know just like everybody else has a right to know. I don't want Michael raising my daughter if she is not his. If she is Jason's, he has a right to be her father. That is why I am here.
So what you're saying ultimately is you just hope he's the father.
Yes, that is
You
exactly
don't
how I feel.
believe beyond a doubt that he is.
Excuse me, Your
No,
Honor.
there is doubt.
Okay.
If that's the case, where's he been this whole entire time that she was pregnant and through the birth?
She said they've never lost contact. Mr. Doerschlag, have you been
Then
in
why has
baby
he not
Jordan's
been there,
life?
though?
I have not, Your Honor. I mean, I have talked to Judith about the whole situation. I've seen pictures of her. I've not actually seen her physically in person.
You have not.
No, he was living in Tennessee. He left soon after the conception time. He went back to Tennessee with his family. He found out I was pregnant when I was further along. Like when I posted on Facebook, he found out. We didn't talk about him being the father until it was summer, and he was like, well, is there a chance I'm the baby's dad? You know, you could always move out here and be with me and let me be your baby daddy.
So, Ms. Livingston, are you saying that he's not the biological father because you truly think
I don't know.
Mr. Doerschlag is?
I think that Mr. Doerschlag is my daughter's father because of how she looks now. She looks like him. Pictures of him as a baby. She looks just like him.
And you submitted those photos to the court? So on the left, this is a picture of Jordan.
Yes.
And on the right, it's a picture of Mr. Doerschlag as a child.
Yes.
And
Your
you
Honor.
say there's a similarity.
If
Yes.
you go to the picture right before
Well,
that
the
one,
picture's not a very good one, but if you look at her now and him now, you still see the resemblance.
I don't believe it, Your Honor. That girl looks exactly like me when I was younger. That one right there, she looks exactly identical to my picture.
And you believe when you see that picture, she looks like you.
Yes, Your Honor. She has the exact hair that I had when I was born.
Who has been there? She's 21 months old. She's almost 2 years old. Who's been there?
I have.
I have been there too, Your Honor.
So has he contributed, Miss Livingston?
Not since she was 7 months old. He came home in June, is when he finally came home. Michael was there, and I was putting together a crib. He was making me upset. I was having to do it all by myself because he was in the living room playing video games with his friend. I was putting the crib together. So yes, I went to Jason for comfort because Mr. Doerschlag has been my friend
Your
ever
Honor,
since
that's
we
not-
broke up.
That's not true. I put the crib together, and then me and my friend went and we played video games. But before that, I was also working and paying for stuff that Jordan needed. And while I was doing that, I gave her money to go pay the gas bill, and she used it on buying the 50 Shades of Grey
That
novels
never.
instead of buying
That never happened.
the gas bill.
That never happened, Your Honor. He didn't
Did
get
you
a
pay
job.
the gas bill with the money, Miss
Yes, I
Livingston?
did. The gas bill
No,
was
Your
paid.
Honor, she didn't.
And
Because
that's
she
not
came
even-
home and said that I just got the new 50 Shades of Grey books.
No, they weren't new.
What does that have to do with paternity?
It doesn't. He didn't get a job at McDonald's until September. This was in summer. He didn't get a job until September, and he only had that job until 2 weeks after our daughter was born. Then he lost it.
And Mr. Doerschlag, if you are Jordan's biological father, are you going to step up? You say you haven't even met her and she's almost 2 years old.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to step up for the simple fact that growing up, my dad and mom had split up, and I wouldn't want that for my children. I plan on being there for my kid. Like, I've even sat down with my current girlfriend now and talked about the situation of if Jordan comes out to be mine, about moving to Colorado to be closer with her. That way there's not such a distance for
Excuse me,
me
Your
to
Honor.
go
You
see
said
her.
current girlfriend?
Yes,
Girl,
ma'am.
girl, and that means you're still talking to Mrs. Livingston, right?
All right, well, I think the only way to move forward is to just get the results. Jerome, I'm ready for you. Envelope, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Livingston versus Livingston Doerschlag, pertaining to 21-month-old Jordan Livingston, and whether Mr. Livingston or Mr. Doerschlag is the biological father, it has been determined by this court. Her biological father is Mr. Livingston.
Yes.
Like I said, I didn't know for sure. I just wanted to know for sure. And I told Mr. Doerschlag I didn't know for sure, I said that sometimes I see similarities, but more I see similarities to him, and that's why I'm confused. I don't know where she got her blonde hair from.
I told everybody that daughter will always be mine, even if she wasn't proven to be mine.
And like
I
I
would
just
still
said-
step up and take care of her.
Any kid can have any color of hair. Any color of hair, it's in your DNA.
Are you two divorced or still married?
We are divorced.
You are.
As of May 26th of 2015.
Okay.
We were finalized.
Okay, well, listen. So now you understand you have 2 children together.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have to co-parent. And you want to be as involved as you possibly can.
Yes, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Livingston. Ultimately, you all are going to have to communicate. You are going to have to work together. So communication, cooperation, and commitment. Meaning sometimes it will not be easy, but you have to say to yourselves, to make sure these children have the life they want in the relationship with both parents that I think you both want them to have. You're going to
Yes,
have
Your
to
Honor.
work together.
My family has stated through all of this that even if Jordan is not mine, she will still always be a part of our
Well,
family.
she is yours.
She is
She
yours.
is yours. And we've determined that today. So now let's move forward in a positive way, putting the children first and the past behind us, all right?
Yep.
We have counseling.
Thank you.
We have counseling and resources available to you both. If you just need help trying to figure out how to sort through this and begin again, I wish you the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.